I've covered the entire spoon with UV glow paint, and you can see the nice effect that it has. I like it super trippy, but you can turn it down a little if that's better for you. I've been at it this high up here, and that thing is totally weirding me out, man. So, anyway, I'm not sure if you guys can even see that, or if it's just those mushrooms kick it in so hard. But that's a happy little spoon.
Hey, what's up, you guys? This is Steve from Natural Selection Angling, and we've been turning out a lot of great videos like these about how to use different types of glow products. So be sure to like and subscribe and set the alert bell so you don't miss the rest of this series. And welcome back to episode 2.1, Airbrushing a Glow Base. And in this episode, we're going to tackle the #1 comment I get on all of these videos. Mine don't glow like that. Okay, I get it. I'm going to show you how to use TechnoGlow products to get yours to glow like these. And this episode is going to cover how to do that using your Airbrush and TechnoGlow glow powders. So, let's get right to it, guys. We got a lot to cover. One of the main reasons that you guys fail with this is using off-the-shelf paints like Createx 212 Wicked Transparent Glow-in-the-Dark paint. This paint's getting harder and harder to find, but you can find an 8-ounce bottle at Spray Gunner for $16.50. So this is one of those good news, bad news things, right? The good news is it's cheap. And the bad news is it sucks. And the reviews where you can find them are pretty consistent. It doesn't glow very much, and you have to add a lot of it to get any glow at all. Alright, I'm going to tell you why. It's pretty simple. There's not enough glow powder in the bottle to make it glow. You can see I've taken a steel ruler here and I've just measured the depth of the glow powder on the bottom of the container, and it's about 5 millimeters deep, and that's including the bevel on the bottom of the bottle. The top level of the liquid here is about 115 millimeters deep. Okay, so if this had the proper amount of glow powder in it, it would be about 23 millimeters from the bottom, making a 4-to-1 ratio. It's to be 20% glow powder, but what it is about 4%. So what is a guy to do? Well, we can buy paint directly from TechnoGlow. It's $42.95 for the same size bottle. It's rated great. It works great. It's just expensive. Okay, so what do we know so far? Well, #1, most off-the-shelf paints are weak. #2, ones that aren't weak are expensive. So, what's the best way forward? How do we solve this problem? Well, what we're going to do is we're going to make our own paint using TechnoGlow powders. This is a 15 micron green UV phosphorescent powder. This is a 35 micron powder. And this is a 50 micron powder, which would represent the absolute upper end of anything you can spray through our type of airbrush. Right? All of these are going to do better than this. Now, it's pretty easy when you shut the lights off to see the kind of emission that comes from this phosphor. It's really bright. It's a high quality phosphor. Additionally, it already has a UV agent included in the powder. This saves us the additional step and expense of adding something like Createx W210, which they misleadingly call a glow base. And it's the cause of a lot of problems for you guys because you buy it thinking it glows. So you lay out 21 bucks for 8 ounces of it, and you find out like these guys found out. It's not very good. And what's the most common complaint? It doesn't glow. I can't get this to glow. Well, that's because it doesn't glow. It's just a UV additive. So what we can do instead is we can get the acrylic base from TechnoGlow, and then we can mix TechnoGlow powder with it that has a UV agent already, and we're all the way there. This is a typical phosphor emission curve, and you can see it charges up really quickly and then starts to discharge, though not as quickly, and discharges over some length of time. We want to shift this curve up so we get great glow. Okay, so how do we shift this curve? Well, if some is good, more is better. We can shift the curve up by adding more phosphor. The second way that we can shift the curve up is by adding a higher quality phosphor. So if you add a higher quality phosphor and more of it, you're going to get a better glow. So for our use, we've chosen this 35 micron UV green non-encapsulated glow powder, and we're going to combine it with a Liquitex acrylic base and thin it with Createx 4021 thinner. We're going to add it to this bottle in a ratio of 4:1 by volume, and I'm going to show you how to calculate the same ratio based on the mass. So I'm going to take a large sample size. This is a tablespoon. I'm going to weigh the tablespoon so I can get the net weight of the product. Now I'm going to fill this tablespoon all the way to the top. Now let's just make sure that's all the way topped off, and then we'll get a weight on it. Okay, so we'll record that weight, and then we'll take this powder and put it back into the bag, being careful not to spill it or breathe it. And we'll clean this cup out real good and then move on. All right, let's get a weight on this acrylic base. We'll just get that filled right up to the top. And once again, we'll take note of what that weight is and record it for our future mathing. And we'll just pour this back into the bottle. Okay, now we're going to make some calculations. First, happy Halloween! And let's go over our math. So we started with the weight of the empty tablespoon, and then we weighed the glow powder in the tablespoon and the acrylic base in the tablespoon. Then we did a little bit of math to get the net weights for both of these. So we took the gross weight and we subtracted the weight of the empty tablespoon, and the resultant numbers are the net weights of both the glow powder and the acrylic base. When we create a ratio from these two numbers, we get 0.55 to 1. This is acrylic base to glow powder. 0.55 grams to 1 gram. Now I'm going to go ahead and mix this up. And remember, we're using non-encapsulated glow powder here, which means I have to use it fairly quickly. It has a short shelf life. So I'm only going to mix up as much as I need, and I'm going to mix it up based on the weights that we just discovered before. Okay, once we've got this weighed out where we need it, we're going to go ahead and put it on the paint mixer and get it thoroughly combined. Looking good. Now we're going to paint it. I'm going to do this on a plastic crankbait body and also a metal spoon, so you can see the difference between the two. I'm going to airbrush these with a 0.5 millimeter nozzle, and because these are fairly large particles we're spraying through here, you want to keep the trigger wide open at about 40 to 50 psi. So I'm going to go ahead and coat these, and in between each coat I'm going to hit it with a hair dryer and just keep working at it. I'm going to do 5 coats on the spoon, and I'm going to do 3 coats on the crankbait. I'm going to do fewer coats on the crankbait because the crankbait is hollow and is getting glow on both sides. It's literally going to glow right through the body. And 3 coats will give just about the same level of glow as 5 coats on the metal spoon. Again, we're going to make quick work of this by using high pressure and keeping the gun wide open. Total painting time here for both the spoon and the crankbait was about 7 or 8 minutes. Now just keep working at it and building up that coat. Now these are looking pretty good, and you'll see when you look at them closely they have kind of a sandy finish to them, and that's because you've been building up layers of this material. You can see also that because the phosphors are green, it's going to take on a green tint. That looks really good. And the spoon looks great too. Alright, these are ready to put whatever pattern you want on them. Make sure you tune in for episode 2, part 2, to see how we make this amazing spoon that we call the beef pounder. Alright guys, thank you so much for spending your finite time with me today. Make sure you like, subscribe, and hit that alert bell so you don't miss the next one.